I wanted to get these 3D, let me turn the lights on here. So there is lots of things that you can do to get that in-ear impression, but the least expensive way is to buy a custom mold kit that will let you do that at home. I purchased this for around $20 on Amazon, and that will enable you to create a mold that looks very similar to this. And in the process of this video, we are going, well, let's actually go over to the 3D scanning area now. So we are going to be able to take this particular, this is my left ear. I know it looks funny, but if I take this out here, I can put this in and it fits flat. And now if we put an actual monitor in, which is a musician uses, excuse me, or something that you want to use for sleep, if you have tinnitus, or if anything that you want to do where you need something that doesn't fall out, but you still need to protect your ears from loud decibel sound, you need an in-ear monitor. Okay, so we can take this silicone mold that we take of each ears, that we inexpensively use this kit that I just mentioned, and it results in a 3D printed, this is flexible material that we can put this inside of our ear, and we can add an in-ear monitor. In order to get from this mold here over to this 3D printed thing, we need to scan that in, and we're going to do that with that scanner over there, which is the Matter Inform. It's the one that I have had the best luck with, the Matter Inform version 2 scanner. And I went back and forth with a bunch of different settings and lighting and stuff like that. The software is amazing that you get with it, but I have a tip in this video that you have to watch that will make scanning in very delicate items like this, not photogrammetry, taking photos and stuff like this. This is stuff that you need precision for. I have a tip that you're not going to want to miss after this. Okay, so here are the steps, guys. The first thing that you're going to want to do is order this kit, which is linked below, okay? It takes around 20 minutes to do the molds of your ears, all right? There is very high-end mold kits out there that are beyond this one that's $20. There is a kit that's at Westone that I have that I'm going to be doing in a future video that lets you inject silicone in. People recommend that you have a licensed audiologist. Of course, I have a disclaimer on all my videos, use all this stuff at your own risk, but I would suggest going to an audiologist and getting the monitors, the in-ear impressions made, and then scanning them in with what I'm going to teach you in this video. But this is a really inexpensive way to start. You can see here that I actually put in room to hold in a earplug. Okay, so already, just with this alone, with not even scanning it in, this gets you somewhere, okay? Because these are super comfortable inside of my ear. I mean, when I'm putting them in, they are very comfortable. They're soft, I can lay on them. They cut out all the sound. I can't hear anything out of this sound ear right now. I can hear everything over here. You didn't need to know that. All right, okay, so you need this mold kit, okay? And I'm linking two kits below. This simple one, and then I have a Westone kit which comes with the ear dams, this thing that you put inside of your ear canal that will let you protect to make sure no silicone goes past into your eardrum and the sensitive ears. You have to be very, very careful. Okay. The next thing you're going to need is a 3D scanner. I'm recommending the one that I have is just one that I'm used to, and the one that has the accuracy, that's by Matter Inform. The next thing you're going to need to have is some Fusion 360 or a modeling software, maybe Rhino, maybe SolidWorks. I would recommend something that you're already familiar with. I liked Fusion 360 because of the fact that it was free to hobbyists and people that didn't make over 100,000 like me. And so Fusion 360, so the scanner, Fusion 360, and the monitor, and of course you need a computer and all that other stuff, right? Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is take these impressions. What you're going to want to do is you want to get everything ready that you need. You're going to need something to pat the inside of the mold in when you create it. The directions, if you follow the directions, you have to roll the material. You split the material into two different parts. And then you roll each of the material. You do one ear at a time. I think I did my left ear first, okay, or I actually did my right ear. You're going to want to roll it, make sure that the two colors mix together, and then you're going to want to put it inside your ear and then fold it back over in and out, okay, in order to make the actual silicone mold, okay? You want to fold it back and over and get a nice seat there. At that point, when you get that silicone nicely seated, you're going to want to put something inside your mouth that will let you, for instance, this distance here, you're going to want to put a block in your mouth, and you do not want to move your mouth. Your eardrums, your ear canal is wider when your mouth is open. It's actually in a more relaxed state. When a musician is singing or someone is talking, their eardrum is bigger. So when you close your mouth, the ear canal compresses, okay? It actually gets in a more tense state, but that will hold in your monitor. So you're going to want to make sure that when you take these ear impressions, you want to keep your mouth straight. You don't want to move your mouth around. You don't want to talk. You don't want to be interrupted. You don't want to take a phone call. You want to have each one of those set for 10 minutes. Do not take them out more than 10 minutes. Follow the directions. Follow the directions on this. Then you want to rock them, pull them out, and then you want to let them cure. I'm not sure. I think I just let them cure for about 24 hours before I did anything with them in a clean area. And after that, you're going to want to position your model inside of your scanner. I used a little rising stand. Okay, and I'm about to tell you the secret of what I did in order to get the best, most accurate scan that enabled this particular right ear to fit in nice and perfect. It just feels so good. It doesn't fall out. You know, that's 3D printed there. Okay, so I started scanning things in. What's nice about the Matter Informed software, the MF Studio, is that you can take multiple scans in, and they will put all the scans and calculate all the scans in the cloud points that then can create your own mesh. Okay, that's an actual solid body that you'll be able to print or export as an STL or an OBJ. And when you do that, you take the multiple scans, you can figure out what's working or not. Well, here's what happened. I was scanning in this color, and I was doing it, and the scanner, you can put that scanner pretty much anywhere, and it doesn't even care what's in the background, and it will figure everything out. It sends the two structured light rays, the red rays. It's really cool, really sci-fi. It sends the two rays out, grabs all the cloud point information, rotates the object, and it just saves a scan really fast. So now, what happened is I scanned it in, and I wasn't getting this tiny, this is the left ear. I'm going to show you the right ear here. I had to make one adjustment. So what I did in order to get the right ear, I was figuring, why am I not getting the delicate inside part of the ear canal, this little tip here? That tip is not as small as I would want it to be. It doesn't match up right. So what I did is I first tried a different color, okay, and that wasn't working. Okay, so I said, okay, so I did flat black, okay, I did white, that didn't work. This orange, even though it produced a nice model, it wasn't getting me the accuracy I wanted. So what I did, I painted it flat black and I dipped it in cornstarch. Probably could use flour, but I dipped it in cornstarch. So that scanned in really nicely. Even though that to our eye, the cornstarch is not even, the structured light rays seem to work really quite nicely. So I simply powdered my ear impression on this nice little stand here I made with cornstarch, and that cornstarch produced a really nice, accurate model that obviously, if you look at these two together, that obviously fits nice and perfect inside of my ear. Comfortable, doesn't fall out. You know, I can skateboard, I could do all these things and it doesn't fall out. Okay, so now what I did is once I had my ugly looking model that scanned in very nicely, I went ahead in Fusion 360 and I rotated the object and I got it all leveled up. I positioned it just right. And then in the mesh tools in 2020, Fusion has some new mesh editing tools. So I went ahead and created a construction plane and I chopped off the bottom so I can put it flat on the printer, and also it can be smooth here. Now, Fusion part of the video I'm not going to be going into is actually putting the monitor in. I'm going to be doing that in the next video because this video is already going to be long enough. But this is important, but you'll see it right in the next playlist, the video that talks about actually importing a monitor and putting a monitor inside of this 3D print. Okay, so once I chopped off the bottom, I set it down. Now this is another point. If you have any abnormalities inside of Fusion, you can use the smoothing tool that's built inside of the new mesh tool. So the STL just really worked beautifully going from MF Studio into Fusion 360 all the way into my 3D printing application. It was seamless. But I'm not sure what the previous versions of Fusion would have been like, or even a previous version of MF Studio would have been like. But right now, this Matter and Form version 2 scanner for accurate models, scanning with my cornstarch, you may not have to do this, just trial and error, going into Fusion 360 into printing is flawless. It was just amazing. The fact is, I'm judging this all on the comfort of this 3D print. The fact that I could sleep in it, I can do anything, it's very, very powerful. And this is a very inexpensive way to take these silicone molds here. If you want to go deeper into the canal for some other reason, I'm not sure why you would want to. It's not really safe. You would just have to fold in the silicone a little bit deeper. You could even put one of those ear dams, and an ear dam is readily available and linked below. So once that was done, guys, I 3D printed it and it printed really fast. This was just a regular FDM print, just a regular layered print. I'm going to be using a resin-based printer after this. I'm going to be using a couple different ones. I have the Photon S that I'm going to be printing the actual in-ear monitor, the next version of this video in. But this was a complete success. I am so happy to have this scanner as part of my arsenal. It is a great way to make a little bit extra income, is to do these in-ear monitors for musicians. Basically, I would suggest to have them bring in your this mold, ask them to do this, follow this instruction so you don't have the liability of that, or go to an audiologist. Man, I got to take a speech class, and go to an audiologist. That is a really interesting word to mispronounce. All right, so, and then just say, hey, bring your ear impressions and I'll scan them in and I will put in monitors for you, and you could probably charge around $150 to $200. I'm not sure exactly how this involves on an online service, like maybe Westone right now has one for $250, but that's really on the inexpensive side. But some people want to put their own electronics in. Maybe they want Sennheiser, or they want their own particular electronics inside of their ear monitors. This will allow you to be in control. But you got to get started with this. If you don't know Fusion yet, or if you know Fusion, you have to understand the new mesh tools, okay? And the next thing you need to understand is there's a learning curve with the scanning utility. Now, I do want to mention photogrammetry. That is taking photos, and you could you do that with this? I'll tell you something, I tried. It is a lot of work. There is a lot of processing power, taking the photos at different angles. But I'm not going to when I need the accuracy of something that will fit inside of my ear, or something that will fit inside of a prosthetic, or something that's related to anything medical, I want that accuracy. The fact that I can set this here and it spins nicely inside of the scanner and it's reliable. That scanner is always sitting over there. It's in its spot. I got it next to the computer, so it is a money maker as far as I am concerned, and I'm hoping to help some people out with that. So that's it, guys. That wraps up the first video of the in-ear monitors. Thank you so much for watching. Whatever you do, make something that connects someone else. Have a great day. Love you guys. Take care.